Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So let's take a case to get true understanding of buyback. The case is that Mr. A requested to Mr. B for 1000 rupee loan. Mr. B has money and he also wants to lend him, but he is profit oriented man and he wants to earn a profit of 100 rupee on his lending amount 1000 rupee. If he gives 1000 rupee to Mr. A as a loan and demands pre-stipulated 100 rupee profit on that loan, then it would be riba and he knows it. But Mr. B also does not want to indulge himself in riba and interest. He wants to avoid interest, but at the same time, he intends to make profit. Now the question is how to earn 100 rupee on 1000 which Mr. B wants to give to Mr. A. So there are two cases that through those two cases Mr. B can earn 100 rupee profit over his 1000. Then let's take the case 1. The case 1 is this, that Mr. B, actually who is the lender, he wants to lend, he sells, that is why I write it here, seller. So Mr. B sells his own asset whose real worth is 1000 rupee. But he sells it for high credit price, say 1100 to Mr. A. And who is Mr. A? He is the person who wants to borrow money. So he is the buyer of the asset. So he buys that asset on high credit price for 1100. He hands over his asset to Mr. A. Now, Mr. A will pay 1100 rupee after agreed specified period. So let's say that after 1 month he will pay. Then Mr. B buys the same asset from Mr. A for low cash price 1000 rupee. So he buys his asset back and he pays him 1000 rupee in cash. So because he buys his asset back, that is why this contract is known as buyback, bayina. So what happened here in this case? First, that Mr. B wanted to earn profit and he earned it. You just see. Now Mr. B says that his profit of 100 rupee is a profit on sale, which is allowed also in Sharia, in Islamic economic system. And it is not riba. Why it's not riba? Because he did not earn it on loan. So that is why he says that this is not riba, this is his profit. So he satisfies himself. Mr. A needed cash 1000 rupee and he got it in this case. So this is the what happens. Now this is, look at this case. I just showed in diagram. You can see it in the graph. That step 1, Mr. B sold his asset for high credit price 1100, which were payable after 1 month, and he handed over his asset to Mr. A. Now A possessed the asset. Now he says that this asset is mine. But at the same time, Mr. A sold that asset to B. Now this is the step 2. It means B bought his asset back from Mr. A for low cash price 1000 and he gave him 1000 rupee. After 1 month, Mr. A will pay him 1100. Now Mr. B will get 1100 after 1 month and he will secure and earn 100 rupee over it. Now, what is the Sharia stance upon that case? That it is allowed or not? So let's see. So what is the analysis? In eye of Sharia, this is prohibited dealing. It is not allowed. Why it is not allowed? The Sharia says that it is not a sale contract. Though they used the term sale. But why it is not sale contract? The Sharia says that there are some objective behind selling and buying. In sale, seller intends for price, that he is going to sell something and he will get price. While buyer, he intends for bought asset, that he pays price and he will get asset, whether he will sell it further or he will use it, because his objective is the asset he is going to buy. Whereas in this buyback contract, as you see, that Mr. A was not interested in buying the asset. That is why he sold it back. So there was no intention behind it to buy the asset. So they just involve sale contract to circumvent the prohibition of riba. So it is actually a loan contract where he gave him 1,000 rupee as loan and charged him 1,100. He got additional 100 rupee profit. So that is why this is just interest based lending. The Sharia says that it is not a sale contract, rather it is a interest based loan contract, which is not allowed in Sharia. So why? Then again, I'm going to explain it through this juristic principle, qaida fiqhiyya, al-ibratu fil uqud lil maqasid wal ma'ani illa lil alfaz wal mabani. In contracts, weight is given to the objective and meaning, not to the words and structure. यानी हम कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के अंदर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के मकसद और ऑब्जेक्टिव को मद्देनज़र रखते हैं, अल्फाज को नहीं देखा जाता, हम यहाँ पर ऑब्जेक्टिव को देखेंगे. Now, underlying objective and intention in this buyback contract is obvious, that the lender wanted to make money on his lending of 1,000 rupee. So they were not interested in sale. It was a fictitious or fabricated sale, not a genuine sale. Though they used a word sale, but objective was interest-based lending. So therefore, we will weight objective of the contract and ignore the word of sale, and we will say that buyback is not a valid buyback. क्यों? इस वजह से कि इसके अंदर जो ख़रीदार की और जो बेचने वाला है उनकी कहीं नीयत ही नहीं थी ख़रीदारी और फ़रोख्त करने की. उन दोनों का ऑब्जेक्टिव, बायर सिर्फ बंदा ये चाहता था कि उसे 1,000 रुपया मिल जाए, और सेलर जो है उसे ये चाहता था कि वो 1,000 के ऊपर प्रॉफिट कमाए. अब अगर वो कर्ज़ देकर 100 रुपया उसके ऊपर ज़्यादा लेता तो वो सूद बनता. तो उन्होंने कहा कि किसी तरह शरीयत की इस रिबा के हराम से भी बचा जाए और किसी तरह रिबा कमा भी लिया जाए. तो उन्होंने फिर क्या किया, उसके अंदर सेल का लफ्ज़ इन्वॉल्व कर दिया, जो कि फैब्रिकेटेड है, मसनूई है. शरीयत इसको जायज़ करार नहीं देती, क्योंकि उन दोनों की नीयतें जो थीं वो दुरुस्त नहीं हैं. तो इस वजह से बाई बैक को नाजायज़ करार दिया जाता है. सवाए शाफ़ी, इमाम शाफ़ी और अल्लामा इब्न हज़्म ज़ाहिरी स्कूल के बाकी जितने भी जमहूर सहाबा हैं, जमहूर ताबईन हैं, हनफी, मालकी और हम्बली, ये तमाम फ़ुक़हा किराम जो है वो इस बाई बैक को नाजायज़ करार देते हैं, और वो भी इसी बुनियाद पर नाजायज़ करार देते हैं कि यहाँ पर जो बेसिक इंटेंशन है वो युजरस है, कि यहाँ पर जो फ़रीक़ैन हैं वो सूदी मामला कर रहे हैं, इस वजह से ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट नाजायज़ है.